Hello, welcome to the tutorial on developing simple inventory manager application using RADZEN, Angular, and C#. So prerequisites for developing Angular apps using RADZEN Studio. Ensure that Node.js is installed. Ensure that Angular is installed. Ensure that .NET 6 or .NET 7 or .NET 8 SDK is installed. So with that out of the way, I'm going to start Management Studio. So I'm going to click Connect. Now I'm going to run the script to create my database for inventory. So I create a database called inventory. I create categories, suppliers, products, and inventory transactions tables, and I insert sample data into all the tables. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up RADZEN Studio. So I'm going to create a new Angular app. I will select .NET 7 here. Template will be empty. Server-side language will be C#. So the theme will be green. I'm going to use green. The name of the application will be Inventory Manager. I have a folder, a blank folder called Inventory Manager in my downloads folder already. I'll copy the path, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this, then the full path, then I click Create. So once I click Create, I'm created with Congratulations dialog. Now I close the Congratulations dialog. I click on New Data Source link. I click on New button again. Where will the application get data from? MS SQL Server. The name of the data source will be called Data. I'll go back to Management Studio to get the server name. I'll go back to Management Studio to get the database name, which is inventory. Username is SA. Then the next thing, I've entered the password. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say in fast schema. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say generate pages for CRUD. Enable optimistic concurrency. Use template forms. Allow paging and sorting. Then I'll click finish. I'll click on applications link. I'm going to search for inventory manager. This is it. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click run. So here we have categories, inventory, transactions, products, and suppliers. So these are the suppliers, these are the categories, these are the products, these are the inventory transaction. So I can add a new inventory transaction here. Choose product. I can search for a product. Let's say it's grammar. Okay. Quantity 20. Transaction date. Transaction type. Purchase. So I click save. So if I go to page 2, here is the record I've just inserted. Now let's implement security in this app. So I'll click stop. So to implement security in this app, I'll click on security. Provider will be default, which is ASP.NET Identity. Auto generate page for user and role management. Select data source, con data. Session duration, let's say 10 minutes. Let's enable session refresh. Let's click save. So let's run the app again. So this is the app now with security implemented. I'm going to log in with admin, password, admin, and I click login. I'll go to rows. I'm going to add super admin. Super admin. Then I'm going to add another row called user. So I'm going to create 2 users. Benjamin SQL Server. The role for Benjamin SQL Server will be super admin. The password will be password_1. Confirm password, password_1. So I'm creating another user. I click add. Messi@argentina.com. It's going to be an ordinary user. Password_1. Password_1. Let me create one more user. So I'll click add. I'm going to create Ronaldo@portugal.com. Role super admin. password underscore 1, password underscore 1. At this point, I'm going to log out of my app. I'm going to stop this app. I'm going to grant permission to the files in my app. So add application rule should be accessible to only super admin. Add application user should be accessible to only super admin. Add category should be accessible to only super admin. Add inventory transaction should be accessible to everybody. Add product should be accessible to only super admin. Add supplier should be accessible to only super admin. Sorry, I made a mistake somewhere. Add inventory transaction should be accessible to only logged in users. Authenticated means logged in users. Application rules should be accessible to super admin only. Application users should be accessible to super admin. Categories should be accessible to super admin. Edit application user should be accessible to super admin. Edit category should be accessible to super admin. Edit inventory transaction should be accessible to anybody that is logged in. Edit product should be accessible to super admin. Edit supplier should be accessible to super admin.
Is it Malay or what?
Inventory transactions available to everybody that is logged in. Login available to everybody. Products available to super admin. register application user. Available to super admin as well. Now, suppliers, available to super admin. So let's go to the login page. I do not want people to register, so I want to check this. Now let's run our app and see what we have again. So I click run. So here is our app. So here is me logging in as Messi at Argentina.com. Password is password _1. So Messi has navigated to a page that is not allowed to is not authorized to see, and the only page that Messi can see in this application is inventory transactions. So he can add, he can edit. So those are the only pages, because Messi belongs to the user role. Let me log out. How about Ronaldo? Ronaldo at Portugal.com. Here you see Ronaldo, because he belongs to super admin role, can access more functionality than Messi. So thank you for watching. Okay, before I go, let me show you the structure of the application that is generated. So here is the structure of the application generated. So this is the solution. There are two projects generated. There is the backend, which is an ASP.NET Core application that is generated. It has models. These are the models. There is model for application user. There is model for the tables, category, inventory, transaction, product, and supplier. Inside the server project, we have a data folder where we have the entity framework data context. We also have the application identity DB context, which handles security. We also have controllers. We have authentication controller. We have application users, application roles controller, and we have one controller each for categories, inventory, transactions, products controller, and suppliers controller. Let's look at categories controller. The categories controller uses OData, so we have endpoints for insert, update, delete, and endpoints for selecting all record, all categories, and endpoints for selecting just one category. So okay, before I go again, I still need to show you the front end. So this is the front end, which is as you can see, is an Angular project. You can see the node modules. You can see the source. You can see the app. You can see folders for each of the pages implemented in the app. You can see the TypeScript component file, TypeScript file for the components. Thank you for watching.